Hey everyone, this is Gary Kayye, and I've got three awesome guests here as well. We're all here together, actually. We're joined together. This is kind of an unusual podcast, video cast, whatever you want to call it, because it's not often that you see me and Tim and Megan and Alicia all together. Tim, why don't you take it?
All right. Well, I'm Tim Albright from Aviation, and we're here to talk, honestly, to talk about the industry and ways that we can all help each other, not just through the positivity and pointing out the good things that are happening in AV, but also to help each other out getting into the new year. Megan?
Megan?
Hi, I'm Megan Dutta from Systems Contractor News. I'm really excited to be talking about this. I think a rising tide lifts all boats. That's something we say a lot at SCN, and we're happy to help in any way we can.
And Alicia, last but certainly not least.
Yeah, I'm Alesia Hendley. Many know me as the Smooth Factor. And I'm excited just to be a part of this because all of you basically run and own your own publications. And I've been doing that for years. I'm newer to the industry, but not that much of a newbie anymore. So I'm excited to be here, share some positivity, ideas, creativity, and just have fun with my friends.
Well, I'll tell you, this has not been a great year for any of us in the sense that we've seen all of our friends hurt in one way or another over the course of the year. As you know, many of you already know that we lost our accountant who had been with us for almost 15 years, Kelly, who was sort of like the mom to our agency, almost the same age as me. So of course, it hit home how important and how serious COVID is. But also we've all lost jobs. I mean, the industry has definitely suffered. Megan, you've been writing a lot about it. And I think that we are here for PositAVity, which we'll talk about in just a second. But Megan, what's your take on where we are right now?
I've actually seen an upswing in hires. We get press releases when people hire people. We don't always post them, but you can see it in the print edition. But I've been getting more than ever to the point where we had to add some extra space for new hires in the magazine. So that's a good sign. I know in the beginning it was really hard, and there's still some parts of the industry like live events that are really struggling. But in general, I think we're seeing an uptick in hiring.
And Tim, you always have a positive attitude about everything. I very rarely hear you or say anything negative about anything in the industry. So I know that you're feeling good with where we are right now, but we've also seen some major shifts, right?
Well, certainly, and Megan hit on one of the biggest ones, right? You have live staging events, which quite frankly has been decimated, right? That is without question an accurate assessment. There are a lot of those folks, those employees and those workers who have found work in the virtual event space. You've made actually all of us here have been part of virtual events, and so there are some that are hitting on that. But there are some people that are still struggling. They're looking at re-engineering their own life and their own career. We're looking at gaining new skills. The training that all of us have not only helped produce but also been a part of it is helpful in that manner. But there are still some folks that are experiencing a downturn. You've also got a number of, both on the corporate side as well as education, you had a lot of jobs that were already in the books, right? So that those folks have been busy. The question is going to be, what are we going to see kind of at the end of the year into the first of the year? And if that's not there, how can we help each other, get over that hump if that doesn't, come to fruition?
Yeah,
One thing I really like about our industry is the creativity. And yes, live events have been decimated, but at the same time, you're seeing people be really creative and come up with these drive-in comedians, drive-in concerts. And that all needs AV. It's not the scale of AV that we're used to, but it's definitely putting some folks back to work.
Yeah. And Alicia, you're a great example of pivoting in the industry because you're on the IT side of the world, which is really the future of AV.
Yeah, like I was telling you guys earlier, I feel like I was kind of like preparing for the future, not for COVID, but preparing for the future as far as, the AV IT convergence. When I really started getting involved and meeting a lot of you, that was the conversation, AV IT convergence. And a lot of the gear that I was using was ran over the network too. So I was like, okay, let me see what I can learn about the IT side and kind of get ahead of this curve. But as far as the live event side of the business goes, that was me 2-3 years ago. So I've stayed connected with my friends around the industry and tell them, hey, freelance. Churches that didn't stream before, they're now streaming. And that's where I started. I wouldn't have even been in the AV industry if I didn't start freelancing within the live event sector. So just helping people try to stay creative, stay on their toes, and find those opportunities that they wouldn't think of without COVID.
So collectively, we are going to be promoting, and we want you to help us promote a hashtag. We're going to be using a hashtag whenever we are covering positive turns in the industry on social media. So that would include jobs, that would include anything that helps you further your career, the CTS study groups, that would include any of the community projects, the stuff that Alicia's talking about, for example, where you have a chance to pivot in your career. Anything that you see as positive, we're going to start using PositAVity. So PositAVity, PositAVity, phonetically. It's here on the screen right now. We want you hashtag PositAVity with an AV, PositAVity. I guess that's the way to say it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to be promoting this. So we want you to follow. We want you to help us. We want you to join along with us. When you post a job, post it with that hashtag. When you post an opportunity, whether it be a volunteer opportunity or even a freelance opportunity, as Alicia said, use that hashtag. We're hoping, Tim, that this becomes a big thing.
Well, not just that. It also when you land a new job, right? If you've been out of work, there's a certain aspect of community encouragement, right? And we see this in fitness circles. We see this in education circles when people are jointly going together as a cohort in grad school. You see it at UNC. So helping each other out and celebrating those victories, celebrating those wins, right? Let's say that somebody's been out of work for a while and they do land a job through some of these connections, through some of these websites. If you get your CTSI or you get your CTSD, or you become one of those rare birds that have both your I and your D, let's celebrate that as well.
Yeah. Megan, I know that you're going to cover it you're going to do something that we can't do, which is cover it in electronically and in print. We don't do print, the rest of us. So you have an opportunity to spread the world in two parts of the information market, I guess you'd say. So I'm excited to be part of this. We
definitely have a different audience that reads the print magazine, people that aren't necessarily love digital, they want to be traditional and read the print magazine. And we're going to include your positive news and anything you have that can help. Like I know the Avixa Women's Council has a monthly book club. We want to post about that. Just anything that's bringing people together is designed to help our industry.
So it's hashtag PositAVity, PositAVity. Watch for posts. Look, if the four of us can get together, you all think that we're competition. We respect each other a great deal. We all have different skill sets. We've worked together in different ways over the years. Tim and Megan have an event coming up at the end of this year. I'm sure you're going to hear about that. There's going to be a lot of positivity coming from that. We're working with an Avixa on an event later in the year as well. There's going to be a lot of positivity around that. We see a lot of positivity for 2021. Certainly, as Tim rightly pointed out, the live events market's been decimated, but it's not going to stay that way. And we want to help encourage everyone to promote it. PositAVity is the hashtag, as you can see it here on the screen. Megan, first off, thanks for being willing to do this. Tim, Alicia, thanks for joining us on this.
Oh, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone.
Give out our socials so people can follow us.
Good point. So go ahead.
So follow us for good news. You can follow SCN at SCN Mag, and you can follow me personally at Megan A. Dutta.
Tim?
I had to think about what mine is because I've told people for 10 years not to follow me. Aviation is Aviation TV. And my personal is TD Albright, I think. But still don't follow me.
Okay.
Alicia?
It's my thing.
At The Smooth Factor across all platforms, website, thesmoothfactor.com. And we'll have good positivity coming up.
Yeah, and I would say just at Rave Pubs across all social platforms, probably the easiest way to connect with us. And I'm at GKAYYE or Gary K. Depends on the platform. But watch for the hashtag PositAVity. You'll find us all through that hashtag for sure. Everyone, thanks for watching. And please participate.